while since my last video, but I'm here in the garage with my boys, and they're gonna help clean up around, and I'm gonna be working on this transmission. I'm gonna go back and forth and maybe explain a few things about why I haven't been recording lately, and as we, play with this Powerglide, and explain a few things. So thanks for joining. Like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell. So, since the last time I recorded, I said I was going to the racetrack, I believe, and well, when I went to the racetrack, I had a little bit of mishap. I ended up breaking the planetary on the transmission, and it was the, semifinals. The car was running great. I broke the planetary, and I knew eventually it was going to break because when I built the transmission, I didn't build it for nitrous use. So I built it as a bracket car, as a 10-tank car, so I kept the 182 gear set, which is on the edge, but for the weight of the car, it should have been fine. But spraying with nitrous and going a lot faster, well, I ended up breaking probably in the worst time because the car was doing really good, and as possible I could have won, but things happen. So this is another transmission that I picked up, and you guys gonna help me take the transmission apart?
Yeah.
Excellent. So with my helpers, they're gonna help me take the transmission apart. I just picked up the transmission. It came out of a Mustang that had a built turbo motor, and he was slipping, and we see evidence of that as I just drained the transmission. And if you see this, that's black icky stuff. That's clutch material. Yeah. So whenever your inside your transmission looks like that, that doesn't mean that means something not good happened. So most likely this just ate up clutches. He was throwing a fair bit of power at it. So I'm judging by his setup, he's making well over 1,000 horsepower. So my guess is you're gonna find something in here that wasn't 1,000 horsepower already. Most of the time, Powerglides are fairly robust units. So, alright guys, one of you guys, I need you guys to take off the tailstock.
Where? Here?
Nope, yep, this section. So there's going to be bolts around here, they're 9/16 bolts. Here, and where's that little electric impact?
What?
Impact.
Oh, that. This?
So, take out some of those bolts. So, yeah, when we're at the track, the car ran flawless. You going the right way? Just tap. Alright, now go around and take them all out. The car ran flawlessly. I mean, it ran really, really good. conclusion that I need to build a safer car because I only have a 6-point roll bar in the car, and the speed that the car is going isn't safe. So for my safety, I decided to actually put the car down for the rest of the day, for the rest of the year, and we're gonna start doing some recording of us actually doing a full roll cage on the Chevette, as well as we're gonna do some ETS bracing under the car, and build a much more solid foundation. We may even mini tub the car, and mini tub the car, and so we could fit a 275 tire, so I could be a little bit more versatile. So yeah. Now this is a Powerglide training. Enough of that, and I'll try to put in a clip every once in a while of some passes that we made up there at Island Dragway. This is a Powerglide. I don't know what the gear set is. I'll probably show some gear sets later.
Is that all of it?
This has a hardened turbo spline shaft, so that's a good sign so far. Nothing seems to be twisted. We got another bolt there. Nothing seems to be twisted or broken. And I think you might have one more. Nope. So, but judging by the back of the transmission, it has a roller rear bearing. So that's good. That's a good sign. That shows that it's some aftermarket. And this output shaft looks like it's aftermarket as well. It looks like a hardened shaft. So hopefully when we pull the transmission out, the guts out, we're going to see some good stuff in there. First thing, let's knock this pump out.
We need it here.
So this is,
Oh, is that what the slide is?
I'm going to use a slide hammer in a second. So where's the impact? Below it?
The drill?
Yeah, the impact drill.
Oh.
So, one of you guys take all these bolts out.
You do it right now. That's easy. Okay, you get 3. Wait, 3? Yeah, from the last time, and this one from last time. Take that one out.
Nope, put it in the box.
Now take that one out. And sneak.
No, remember, there you go. Yeah, make sure it's in the bolt. So Powerglide, generally they come in 2 different gear sets. Stock, it's a 182 gear set or 176 gear set. We don't know what this one is yet, as of yet. And the person I purchased it from, he didn't know either. You know, this transmission came in the vehicle, and he didn't know much about it. He just put a good motor behind it, and it couldn't handle it. So they got all the bolts out now, as you see here. They got all the bolts out for the transmission. So you're gonna need a slide hammer. I'm gonna do this for them because I don't want them to get their fingers pinched. So there's 2 threaded portions. I have a racing harness little washer. I use that as a washer real quick. Obviously this is probably not the most optimal thing to use, but you can use anything. Screw it in here. That should be good. And you just hold it back. And a few taps. And we got the pump out. So I can already tell I got some promising signs. Everything on the pump looks like it's new. I'm not going to take the pump apart yet, but it looks like it was redone. But we'll see. We'll dig a little deeper and see how things go from there. They put a new seal. Alright guys. Alright, so you guys need to take off all the pan bolts here, and it should be a 1/2 inch. Yeah. So go around, take all the oil pan.
Guys, just telling you the building. What's up? Hold on, man. Hold on. Let's go. All right, Doctor. Listen to the man. We're ready, man. We're up there.
Alright, full manual valve body out. Well, we're almost ready to get the guts out of here. So we're going to take the servo out. This is my first question to see if whether or not they had the right stuff in here. There should be at least a 2-ring servo here. If there's anything less, then that could be a reason why the clutch is burnt in the first place. So, who's closer? Nino, do the honors. Take off these 3 bolts. And then these 2.
Okay.
65 inches together.
It's not a straight cut gear set, but it's a helical gear set. But it looks like it's an aftermarket. Yeah. Over here, in this drum, it's a wide drum, so it's a bigger drum. But you can see here, there's a heat signature. So whoever's behind here got hot. So most likely he put it in high gear, and this transmission was slipping and sliding. I need my picks. I got a small screwdriver. I need to find my picks. But this should be able to do what I need to do. So, lock ring. And so someone welded this collar in. So, hardened hub, clutch hub. So it looks like they have a machine down piston, and you can tell by these clutches they are cooked. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clutches. So I'm starting to believe, so by looking at this and knowing that this transmission had 8 clutches on the forward drum, this transmission was actually built to handle a lot of power. But I think with the manual valve body that they had, I don't know if they had enough line pressure to support it. I'm not a transmission expert by no means, but I've done a few and stuff like that, and that is just my observation and opinion. So judging that this had 8 clutches, it has a shade piston, has a nice drum, most likely this transmission wasn't probably improperly built. They built it to handle some power. It was just they had the line pressure to hold it. I'm gonna check the servo last. I'll pull this planetary out, and we'll see what we got for a planetary back here. and what we have for clutches in the back. But so far, actually looks like this is a good little unit here. Just had a little mishap, which tends to happen sometimes. Gear set it had in it was a factory 176. This is a 176 gear set. I'll try to show you the difference between gear sets now. So in the back we got the back clutches all look fine actually. They look like they're in great shape. So it almost looks like the transmission didn't have that much use. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Four clutches. So they look like they could have stacked more clutches in the back, in the rear of this thing. They have more shims than clutches. 1, 2, 3. 4, yeah. They have 4 clutches in the back. I'll pull the piston out later off camera. But this is just a quick disassembly of a Powerglide transmission. I hope you enjoy some of the racing videos that we posted as we were taking this apart. If I can encourage you, you could get a Powerglide. It's a good transmission to learn how to take apart. My sons were here to help me with some of it, and as I hope you could see, even though I wasn't going in detail, it's not a crazy difficult transmission to disassemble and even put back together. You could do this. You could do at least a minimum a stock rebuild on your own with full confidence. The performance stuff, cutting down pistons and stuff like that. There's another level to that. But if you could rebuild a stock Powerglide and see success with it, then it will give you more confidence to do other things in the future. So this is Bro Joe Builds. This is, say your name.
Oh, Nino and Ivan.
And Ivan, my son Nino and Ivan, and hopefully you come join us next time here at Bro Joe Builds. God bless.
That's it?
That's it.
It's still recording.
Yeah, I'll shut it off now.